Welcome to the exciting rebirth of Superstar, featuring choose your membership rate as low as just $3 a month. At Superstar, you get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, class passes for Synchronicity University, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. Hello, fabulous superstar Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of December 2022. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. And I do think one of the most important celestial moments for you for this year is going to happen on the 8th of the month. This is a full moon in your sign. Now, normally you get one full moon per sign per year. This is your moment. However, this full moon becomes that much more special. And it's special because we are also going to have that full moon hand in hand with a retrograde Mars with precision. What that represents is a moment that can feel that much more energized, but also stirs some very deep truth within you. A truth about yourself, who you are, what matters to you most, and what matters to you first. Now, part of this energy does suggest that in some way you're growing up, you're seeing yourself with greater honesty, and that grounds you in a positive sense. You're understanding some of the things that you respect within yourself, and also you're appreciating your own maturity in a given moment. However, that moment comes hand in hand with either you wasting a whole lot of energy to get there, feeling tired as a result, or it comes through some disappointment that could find you now. And I'm so sorry to say that, but it does happen. And ultimately what this energy represents is you getting in touch with your power, your truth, and allowing yourself to understand not only who you are, but who you no longer are as well. Full moons bring culmination, but they also bring with them emotional truth. Something within you truly has been reconfiguring thanks to that Mars retrograde in your sign. You've had Mars in your sign since August. You're going to continue to have Mars in your sign into March of next year, though the retrograde only happens between late October and mid-January. I'll be here to talk about it every step of the way, as I have been, but understand that because of the precise way in which we have Mars hand in hand with this full moon, it's like they both magnify each other's energies that much more, bringing emotion and adrenaline into the mix. And for you, it's emotion, adrenaline, and truth around where it is perhaps you have not stayed connected to some truth about yourself, and where it is now that you're ready to realign with that understanding that helps you to feel true to you. This is powerful. And like I said, this may just be one of the most important moments of 2022 for the Geminis out there. Whatever truth needs to come, let it. Even if it feels uncomfortable, even if there's some sense of disappointment, your answers and your commitment to them ultimately fuels a strong sense of self-respect that feels truly like a blessing. As we navigate further, it is going to be on the 23rd of the month that we will have this month's new moon. Now, this new moon takes place in a decidedly consequential part of your sky. It has to do with transformation, regeneration, accepting some truth as well. It has to do with your understanding of power, your understanding of the taboo, and your relationship with financial institutions as well, your understanding of wealth and how well provided for you are by a generous universe. Here's the thing, it is a new moon, yes, but it's also happening at the very beginning of its respective sign, which means that the newness, the freshness of this energy becomes that much more magnified at this time. You add another layer to this moment that has to do with a depth of clarity within you, the power that you have, the power that you want, what maybe needs to change so that you can align with that understanding. This is a fresh perspective. that ultimately helps you to get to some core truth within you. And where it is that you've bought into illusion that just isn't going to work for you. This part of the sky is very much about what is essential in your life and what is superficial, and choosing to move beyond the superficial towards the essential at that. In a very practical way, some Geminis may be interacting with more financial institutions at this time. You may be interested in trying to secure funding, for example. That is a possibility here. I will say, though, it is going to be in the last days of the month that Mercury will go retrograde in this same part of the sky. And as Mercury goes retrograde here, and that's the energy we enter a new year with, it can feel a little bit like 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Again, that really is okay. It's part of the perfection of this time. Ultimately, this Mercury retrograde that we're embarking on becomes part of a deeper reflection of that new moon energy. It invites you in particular to go within, to understand those essentials in your life, to understand true power, authentic power, and what it means to be authentically you. These lessons will stay with you for a very long time to come. And actually getting to this truth of you, this understanding of how abundant you are truly on these spiritual and energetic levels, well, that's a wonderful way to start a new year. And chances are it'll feel like you're starting a new year with a greater sense of consequence and a greater sense of clarity as well. Now, where it comes to matters of love, for the first part of this month, we are going to continue to have Venus moving through your opposite sign, which is rather lovely, I have to say. I mean, that makes it that much easier to attract or connect with real long-term potential. Once we get about 10 days into the month, that is when Venus will change signs. And Venus moves into this very consequential part of the sky that is so lit up this month, especially with that new moon late in the month, and then ultimately that Mercury retrograde as well. However, Venus, goddess of love, and this part of the sky, in addition to what I mentioned, also has to do with bonding with another person and vulnerability. Because it has to do with authenticity, when Venus moves through this part of the sky, something light or superficial just isn't going to cut it. It just isn't going to work for you. You want something of substance. You want something that you can feel deep within you, regardless of intellect and what direction that may take you. It's about a love that you can feel that is going to call you forward now. So for those of you open to meeting someone new, I do think once Venus changes signs, it's like a pull of fate moving you forward. And there may very well be some very strong attractions to other people, especially in the lead up to that new moon. On the 22nd of the month, Venus is going to speak in supreme harmony with Uranus. As we move towards the end of the month, Venus begins moving into contact with Pluto. Now that's very powerful, because if you think about last year, December, Venus was hand in hand with Pluto. This year, we're ending the year as well with that sense of Venus being so close in the sky to Pluto. And all of that does suggest that this idea of intensity and honest vulnerability and bonding with someone, feeling an attraction and having it move very quickly to intimacy becomes that much more likely. It's the surprise energy, though, that I think you have most to look forward to. For those of you just starting to date somebody, what a remarkable time this can be. I think you are getting to some truth about this person and some truth about what you really feel. The superficial, or someone who's nice, or someone who's, sweet to get along with and hang out with, it just isn't going to cut it. It is with this transit that you are going to want something that feels truly authentic and feels like it reaches you very deeply. Someone that you truly feel that you can be vulnerable with, that you can have a meaningful moment with. If that is this person, well, Venus moving into this part of the sky for the last 3 weeks of this month and heading into next month as well, well, this can be a time of that much more commitment and bonding and a real sense of being that much closer, entwined with this person, if you will. However, if that is not the case, this is going to be a time when you're able to be honest about that and you're able to go in a whole other direction. And for those of you in an established bond, well, I do think this energy is one of being more vulnerable and getting closer to your partner, being more known by your partner and having them know you. This energy can be rather special, rather remarkable as well, and how it bonds the two of you together. I would say for a very small percentage of Geminis out there, if it is that you had some challenges late last year, so in December of last year, chances are some of that is going to feel like it stirs at a time like this as well. Now, of course, you are no longer who you were, right? It's a different time, it's a different year, but you get to decide if it's going to mean anything and how it is you want to navigate forward from here in light of these new or renewed understandings. What I love about this month for you, there's so much here. It is a valuable and meaningful astrological moment. I absolutely love that you are in the midst of a very special time. We do have that Mars retrograde in your sign being highlighted so powerfully with a full moon, with precision, I will tell you. I mean, this is a hand in hand in the sky, representing a moment of honesty about whom it is that you are, where it is that you're living in alignment with this truth of you. You feel that much more in your power. And where it is that you haven't been, this is a chance to correct course, to come back to a depth of understanding of you. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with Choose Your Membership rate. Higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. I look forward to meeting you there. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.